way to approach a design in a vase is to make a grid with the greens. So you want to put your greens in first, and I'm going to start by placing some leather leaf greens around. So we're going around, we're building our shape. This is called tree fern. This is going to give it a little more pattern, and this is called red huckleberry. What you want to do is have as little foliage in the water as possible. So now you've got what I call a grid of greens. So when I put flowers in it, I'm going to be able to place them where I want them to stay. There's all kinds of names for them, but a florist will call them a filler. This is limonium, and it's the same kind of a theory of placing the greens in first. If you put your filler in next, you can get a shape for your design. Another thing that I think is really important is using a knife to cut flowers, a sharp knife, and not clippers or scissors or anything that's going to pinch the ends of the flowers. The reason that you cut flowers on an angle is so that if they're at the bottom of the vase, they don't sit on the bottom flat and kind of get an airlock, if you will. So now this is a snapdragon. I'm just going to put one in. I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle so that it's not straight in the middle. I like using a turntable because it's just a nice way to view everything that you're doing, as opposed to leaving it and then turning it later and seeing that you lost a whole area and you're out of flowers. Break everything down. So instead of taking one and just sticking it in, which I will on this because these are kind of short, I broke those down, and out of one stem of button pom-poms, I'm getting 2 and then, 3, 4, 5 pieces of flower that I can place around the vase. Other thing that's really important about a flower arrangement is keeping the water level to the very top of the container, always. And so more importantly than changing the water, it's making sure that you always have enough water. And what you want to do is make sure that you've got different levels of height, and that's pattern, that's space, that's form. If everything's at the same level, it's not an interesting looking arrangement. But if you've got different heights, it's going to give the design more visual interest. And by making my grid, now I can put things in and have them stay where I want them to stay. So if you're looking at a design and you don't know what to do with it and you're not really pleased with it, put something white in it and it'll just kind of give it a new life.